All right, I wanted to briefly let people know that I've started a Patreon, and this is not so much to just collect free money or whatever. I do plan to put basically exclusive content onto Patreon in the form of a zine, which will be available for $5, or for the monthly subscriber fee of $5, which is essentially a monthly fanzine, and that's basically the main component of the Patreon. You can there's some slots for just dollar supporters if you want to. There's also a $10 tier, the Vanguard tier, which is specifically for people who either want to give more, or if you I'll be working on an exclusive kind of video feature or podcast, usually at least once or twice a month, which will go over maybe my favorite songs from the month. Maybe it'll be an irregular podcast, but it'll be something extra that only you have access to as a Vanguard tier member. So I'll roll that out here in February, and probably that'll be more of a perpetual access sort of thing if you join. And otherwise, I wanted to direct people to the Patreon. To That's just a way to support the site, subscribe to the zine. And what I'll do is I'll show you technically this is the second issue of Mystification Zine. Altered Visions is something I was working on back in 2022, but I just couldn't finish it. I couldn't get any of the interviews to go through. They were just too long and too involved, and the people involved were just kind of, there were a couple of them that just canceled out, a couple of artists. Anyway, whole long story to it. Otherwise, that's all in the past. We're sort of starting new with this, and the format is similar to Mystification Issue 1, and that will change over time. So I was sort of going off a template a little bit so that it would be familiar to anyone who bought the first issue, which is available as a physical copy. This is going to be a digital copy. As you can see, this first month is not as ambitious as the next few will be. This was just getting 4 bands under the hood that I thought were high quality and had a lot to say. And you'll see that the cover uh, is drawn up by James Greer, who graciously provided the front and back cover here for this issue. And you've got my own illustrations all over the place, for better or worse. If you don't like them, that's fine. And we've got interviews with several of these bands. Now, as I worked on this, we worked up a little bit more of the, I guess, more creativity in working on the layout and whatnot. So that's a thing that will continue to evolve over time. For now, we get about a 30-page zine with the top 20 of the month and all that, and that was early access for people who subscribed. Now, the next issue, issue 3, will feature much more. And what that means is I'm going to have features now that will be included. The layout will be a little bit different. I won't pack it with art like a lot of zines do. I just don't have the resources to pay a bunch of people to do that, and I wouldn't ask them to do it for free. So that will change over time. So this is just sort of the soft launch. I didn't want to make a huge deal out of it because we're just kind of getting started. There will be, I'll guarantee, at least 12 issues, and one every month covering the best of the month and interviewing several bands. So otherwise, we have one more thing that I'll show you, which is the new store for the not only Mystification Zine and the past issue and all that, but also Spirit Coffin Publishing releases, which are still available. They weren't available for about 6 months because I just didn't feel like running a store and eating the fees. So if you have any interest in our 2021 through 2023 releases, most of them are here. I have some other distro items I could eventually add, but this is the solution for now. If you don't like the shipping costs, go and feel free to email me anytime. I'm very available, and let me know where you live, give me your address and what you want to buy, and I'll prorate you a price, and I'll invoice you, and we'll get the best shipping possible for you, rather than relying on the automatic calculator that this site uses if that becomes a problem. But keep in mind, shipping is expensive no matter where you go. If we don't live next door to each other, it's not going to be cheap no matter who you are or where you are. So that's that. I just wanted to let you know that we have a Patreon campaign now, and you can become a member as you see fit. There will be benefits to that, such as this zine, and we have a store now where you can buy releases that I put out over the last 3 or 4 years. So thanks for checking that out, and thanks for reading.